Oh, oh my goodness, what is going... Whoa, wait, are they like afraid? Huge waves of halflings just being tossed. How's it going, everyone? My name is Bertimus, and welcome back to Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. Alright, so today we're checking out the Spooky Update, and all the different units that they have to offer us, including 2 new maps, Spooky 1 and Spooky 2. Ooh, very mysterious. I like this. So they're basically taking some of the older maps and sort of giving them a fresh new upgrade and look into things. Oh, look at all the little jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins back here. We've got spider webs everywhere. Oh, there's a little graveyard back here. I have to say, I'm really digging the look and feel of the Spooky Map 1. But what does Spooky Map 2 have to offer us? So Spooky Map 2 is a reskin of the Dynasty map. Ooh, I like this a lot. Oh, look at these like little spirit candles. Those are really cool. It looks like they've made the water all murky and cloudy so it looks like fog instead of water. That's cool. Ooh. Was that a big lava pit down there? It's not a lava pit, it's the backside of a giant jack-o'-lantern. That's pretty cool. That'd be even better if that was some sort of jack-o'-lantern giant unit. Like a headless horseman type thing. That would be cool. Alright, let's start taking a look at these units. First and foremost, the Skeleton Warrior, who, I mean, they did a great job on the whole skeleton design of these things. I think that's super cool. I like that he had just a little bit of armor. His sword looks really kind of dangerous, even though it's old and beat up. The like really sharp points on it look really great. And he's got a little buckler shield and a little helmet. It does weird me out that he still has regular eyes, if the rest of him is a skeleton. Next we have the Skeleton Archer with what appears to be flaming arrows, which I'm not mad at. And then he's got like a little hood. It's like a little teeny tiny cape to help protect his little back rib cage. And then the tiniest looking little belt thing, I think they could fit around that teeny tiny pelvis. Also, it looks like he's using a bow made out of bones. So did he rip those off another one of his brethren and just kind of conform it into a giant bow? I don't know. Skeletons is weird, man. Our next unit is called a Candlehead because of the candle on his head, but also each of his hands. So I'm wondering if he, just like the Human Torch, is able to essentially light up like a giant flamethrower and just shoot everything by tipping his head down or something. That would be really cool. I like that he has the blue flame of like those spirit candles too. Weird unit, but I'm into it. Next up is the Vampire unit, which I have to admit kind of just looks like a rockabilly or a greaser on Halloween. Because he's got that big old like bouffant hair going on, bat brooch with his teeth. Now the question is, can he turn other units into vampires like himself if he winds up killing him? Next up we have this Pumpkin Catapult, which just has one little skeleton dude back here who's lobbing jack-o'-lanterns, which I don't know if those are just going to roll like regular boulders or whatever, or if they're going to wind up exploding, because that's personally what I would rather have, is some sort of jack-o'-lantern head that explodes, and then maybe like mini jack-o'-lanterns come out, and it's like the Green Goblin or something like that. That would be cool. The next unit we have here is something called a Swordcaster, who looks very locked up. I mean, his hands are locked up. He's got this big old chain around his neck, which I'm not sure if it's like covering his mouth so he can't verbalize anything, but he's still got like this shroud of floating swords around him, which I'm assuming are his primary weapon and his big defense, to just sort of like keep people from getting too close to him. Those will kind of like spin out and dice and whatever, but I'm really interested to see how this one plays out, although why they decided to give him a bowl cut, I will never know. Our last and possibly most horrifying unit is called the Reaper. And as if he didn't look enough like a Grim Reaper with this big old scythe, he also has like these shadow tentacles coming out of his back, which is just creepy, man. I mean, he's almost like a cross between a Grim Reaper and some sort of like Slender Man thing. I'm really, really excited to see what this guy does, though. He looks absolutely menacing. Look at him dangle his little tootsies. Well, as is tradition with any new unit in this game, it has to be put against the halfling test. That's my standard, the halfling test. 10 halflings against 5 skeleton warriors. Do we think the skeletons are going to have it, or are they just going to get blown away in the dust with one mighty punch from each of these halflings? Well, here they go. They're meeting in the middle. Oh my goodness. What is going... Whoa, wait. Are they like afraid? Whoa. Hold on. Is there like some sort of fear ability these skeletons cast? Look at that. They go to hit them and then they just run off. Oh. So as long as the skeletons don't take too much damage, they're just going to keep making the halflings terrified of them. And then they're not going to be able to do anything about it. This fear ability is actually really, really cool. Look at that. They just made them both jump off to their deaths because they were terrified. Skeletons and their fear ability. Dope. Now, the question is, do all skeletons or things of the spooky faction have that ability? Or is it just like those who get in close? Because if these guys start shooting and are able to keep them terrified at a distance, they'll just never get touched. Oh, well, they certainly light them on fire, which is amazing. Wow. They took care of them real quick. But it doesn't look like they have the same sort of fear ability. And he just ripped him to pot. He tore him to shreds. Literally dismantled him like a savage. Here we go. This could be bad. Oh, you missed. It's one-on-one. Without that fear ability, these guys aren't holding up too well. There it is. One brave halfling storms in and literally rips the skeletons apart bone by bone. I love this update. Alright, Candleheads, it's finally time to figure out if you're going to be as impressive as I hope you're going to be. I want to see a bunch of flames and a bunch of hobbits on fire. That's what I want to see. Alright, here we go. Oh, it's like spirit bombs. What are they? Whoa! Knock them flat on their butts. It's like an energy blast, honestly. And they just sort of like knock them up in the air. What's the matter, buddy? You get stuck? You got stuck behind a tree? Oh, no. Oh, you're toast, my friend. I'm so sorry. It was only a matter of time. And how fitting that he fell in a pile of other candles on the map. It was almost destined. Honestly, I think this shot right here could be memed. This is an easy meme template. Alright, now it's time for the vampires, and I'm really curious to see if they are indeed going to start turning some of these units into other vampires. What I'd really like to see is not only have them turn, but have them change their appearance so they look like the vampires, but like miniature versions with fuzzy feet for the halflings. That'd be hilarious. Oh, they turn into bats and can like teleport? Oh, you see them turning red? They're sucking the life out of them. Okay, so they just suck them dry. That's what they do. This poor last hobbit got turned into a buffet. Oh, no. Okay, well, the question is, can the vampire actually be killed then if he's constantly draining the life out of other people? So that's what I want to test right now, is if this one vampire can go down, or if he's just going to wind up sucking enough life to keep himself alive throughout the battle. Nope. Definitely can be killed. Van Helsing, take note. Vampires can be killed by halflings. Use those. Time for these pumpkin catapults and seeing if they're going to be explosive or just destructive. I mean, sometimes they're one and the same, but they're not always the same. Moving into battle. Okay. So they definitely have like a little explosion as they hit the ground. But how are they going to fare when there's a pile of halflings just at the door? Question answered. There it is. When they're all bunched up, it takes one big pumpkin to smoosh them all. They just got smooshed. This I'm really excited for. This like whirling machine of sword casting abilities. I don't know. I think it's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited to see what these guys can actually do. 3 may be overkill, but we are certainly going to find out. Okay, so they float. Oh, they float in and then they start shooting the swords. Oh, that's so brutal. Just literally throwing swords into them. I mean, honestly, how many swords can a person take? I'm surprised some of these took 3. Ow. All right, is 1 gonna be enough to do it? Some of them are still able to get in close enough to try and do some damage, but that is just constant. It is just constant one after the other. There is no stopping. That swordcaster is brutal. I have to know. I have to know what's gonna happen when I supercharge the swordcaster. I have to know against 50 halflings. When he gets supercharged, he is basically a sword machine gun. Look at this. This is ridiculous. He's actually taking damage though. Maybe 50 was too much, but honestly, with the rate that he could shoot those swords, I really don't think so. That's what I thought. Congratulations to you, my sword machine gun shooting friend. If that's what I had to expect out of the swordcaster, I can only imagine the Reaper is going to be that much more destructive. So I've left the halfling army at 50. For some reason, I feel like this still is not going to be nearly enough to even come close to taking down a Reaper. Oh, he just slowly glides into battle. And then starts... Oh! What the heck? So not only does he spear them with each of his tentacles, he swipes and has an explosive ability that sends out shadows that come back around as like bullets, essentially. This is disgusting. The fact that this isn't even a modded unit, this is just a unit in the game, is disgusting. Look at this! This carnage! For one person! Alright, so we've come back over to the Spooky 1 map, but I also wanted to see if the Reaper could take on 5 swordcasters. With them just constantly lobbing swords at him, what is it gonna take to take this guy down? I have to know. Oh, here we go. Look at that. He can't even get close! He can't even get close. Okay, so he can't be taken down. So how about for a little more interesting battle, we actually have a supercharged Reaper against 200 hobbits. How is this gonna play out? Oh, my computer's having issues with it already. Wow. It is just bodies flying everywhere. Huge waves of halflings just being tossed. This is disgusting. All hail the most powerful unit in all of Totally Accurate Battle Simulator.